Morning, guys. Happy Monday. On Friday, we took a look at some of these Newton's second law free body diagrams while incorporating an extra step here using the friction force equation. We're going to continue to build on that today. We're going to do number 3 right now. You were supposed to do number 4 for homework. If you didn't do that, um, you'll have a chance to do that today. I'd like for you to complete number 4 and 5 after we do number 3, and then you'll submit pictures of pages 22 and 23 on Schoology. Let's do number 3 together right now. The problem reads, a car is slowing down to a stop. The coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is 0.85. So that is the mu. The mass of the car is 2,000 kilograms. All right, so let's start by drawing our free body diagram. Draw my car here. 2,000 kilograms. First things first, we know that there is a normal force going up, and there is the force of gravity going down. Now, they don't give that to us, but what they do give us is the mass. And with the mass, we can figure out the force of gravity, and then we can figure out the normal force. Force of gravity is going to equal mass times gravity. The mass of our car is 1,000, or I'm sorry, 2,000. Gravity is always 9.8 on Earth. So if you do 2,000, turn on my calculator here, times 9.8, you get 19,600 newtons. And we know the car is not moving up and down. It's resting on a solid surface, a stable surface. So that means the normal force is going to equal the force of gravity, which is 19,600 newtons. Okay. Next thing we need to know, the car, we know it's slowing down, and it's slowing down because of the friction between the tires and the road. So there is no applied force here, and they're not telling us which direction the car is going. So I'm just going to say, since the car is traveling to the right, that means friction is going to be going to the left here. Okay, and this force of friction we need to find. There's no applied force here. Um, Going on because the car is slowing down, so the engine is not activated. So friction force is the force of friction equals our friction coefficient, which is 0.85, times the normal force, which is 19,600. So type that into our calculator. 19,600 times 0.85. We get 16,660. So my normal force, or I'm sorry, the force of friction ends up being 16,000. Let's see, 660 newtons. All right. Next thing we need to do is fill out this table over here. So we're going to keep track of all of our forces using this table. So in the y direction, we have normal force. So let's write that in there. The normal force was 19,600 newtons. We also had gravity, which was the same, 19,600 newtons. These forces canceled each other out, so the net force was 0 in the y direction, which makes sense. It would be kind of odd for a car to be accelerating up compared to side. So we know that the acceleration in the y direction is going to be 0 meters per second squared because there's a net force of 0. Now, there was only one force in the x direction, and that was friction. And that friction force was 16,600 newtons. So the net force, 16,600 newtons. So we now know that we are going to have some acceleration in the x direction. It's going to be decelerating. The car is going to be decreasing in speed. And we're going to use our Newton's second law equation for this. Force equals mass times acceleration. So off to the side here, let's set that up. 1,000, or I'm sorry, I'm keep misspeaking here. 16,600 newtons equals the mass of the vehicle, which is 2,000, times the acceleration. If we rearrange this equation to solve for A, we're going to get 16,600 divided by 2,000. Let's type that in our calculator and see what we get. 1,600 divided by 2,000. We get 8.3. Now, we should make that 8.3 negative because we know it's decelerating. So our negative 8.3 meters per second squared would be the acceleration or the deceleration in the x direction. Now, we could have, made this work out for it to be negative if we would have made this 16,600 negative. I didn't. I decided to do it at the end since I knew that the car was going to be decelerating. But yeah, we could have easily made this a negative 16,000. And when you divide by a negative, of course, you get a negative number. So that's number 3. Your job, rest of the job for today is to complete number 4 and number 5. Take a picture of each page and submit it on Schoology. All right. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a text and remind, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day, guys. Bye.